Hello and welcome to another Bob's vlog. I'm in lovely Northwood House, right at my constituency office, and the folks here are preparing for the Isle of Wight Literary Festival this weekend. More about that a little bit later. Okay, so what's happened since I've last talked to you? Parliament has been definitely prorogued this time, a bit of a full start last time, so we're shut down until Monday where we have the Queen's speech. What's that, I hear you ask? The Queen's speech is when the Queen, as the monarch, reads out what her government, that's the current Conservative government led by Boris Johnson, plans to do. So lots of exciting ideas, but sadly still being dominated by Brexit, and there's a special sitting of Parliament Saturday week to look at some options. I will continue to vote for any meaningful Brexit deal, as the sooner we can move on, the better. What else? Last week we had a healthcare debate on the Isle of Wight in which I laid out the case to government to explain why providing healthcare on the island costs more than the mainland. It's about £11 million a year, more, just under. And I laid out the case for that, and I've got the government to admit that it does cost more to provide healthcare on the Isle of Wight for the NHS, and I hope now next stage to meet with ministers and put those findings to them, and that will be supported by the NHS Trust on the island. What else? I met with folks from the Isle of Wight Association of Local Councils. They had a workshop last Friday. Very good to see those 40 or so people there. Thank you for being there to speak about the island plan. As you know, the island plan, I'm against it because there are too many houses and they're not for islanders. We need smaller numbers, but much more for islanders. I spoke of the domestic abuse bill. It's a really important bill going through Parliament, and I hope that will continue despite the prorogation of Parliament. In fact, it definitely will. The sooner we pass this important bill to certainly limit, if not end, the scourge of domestic abuse, the better. What else? I've written to the ferries, all the 3 cross-island operators, to ask them what their plans are for this winter, because some of their services fell down last winter and it caused considerable inconvenience to islanders. So I want to make sure, I've written them, and I've said I want answers that I can make public, because I want to make sure that you people are focused on providing a decent service for islanders over winter. I've had some correspondence about this super trawler that can hoover up 250 tonnes of fish a day. I think it's Dutch owned, registered in Lithuania. It's completely legal under the European Union for it to hoover up as much fish as it wants, unfortunately, even to the detriment of local fishermen in southern England and specifically on the Isle of Wight. I very much hope when we leave the European Union we will have a fisheries bill that puts UK fishermen first, preserving fish stocks in the North Sea and the English Channel first, and protecting our marine environment as well. So I hope that's the last time the super trawler is going to be in UK waters, but who knows? We need to get through Brexit. What else? I'm here on Saturday helping out for the Isle of Wight Literary Festival. All our wonderful, fantastic authors are going to be lining up to sign their books and to talk about them as well. And then I'm going out with the beer and buses, I think, on the same day. Beer and buses, lots of lovely old buses driving around, lots of pubs in the island, and I'm definitely going to be on one of them, and I think helping out in Newport Harbour as well. So that's my plans for the weekend. Sunday morning, probably sober up a bit and go for a swim. I think that's it for the moment. So once Parliament is back up and running next week, I will talk to you again in another Bob's vlog, probably in the first half of the week, but I intend to talk as much as possible about island issues, the island deal, getting a better deal for the island plan, and lots of other island issues during the Queen's speech debates, which will last for 4 or 5, possibly 6 days. Until then, I will speak to you soon. Have a good weekend.